Good morning to you on this Wednesday. If you are watching live and reading the signs, then you probably know where I'm at right now. Good morning to you guys. I'm Trooper Steve, your traffic safety expert at WKMG News 6. We're live inside of Results 1 on another beautiful weekday morning. Current temperature about 81 degrees outside of Results 1 as we exit off of southbound 417 to Narcoossee Road. Now, for those that you live out here, you might go, ugh, Steve, why would you even go down there? Well, it's an absolute mess all the time. And, yeah, it could get very interesting. I'm not sure if there was a guy outside of his vehicle here or what's going on. Yeah. I don't recommend this, walking in traffic. I understand we all have money to be made, but this is not the way you do it. I think he's selling some type of cups here or something like that. But, all right, what are we doing today? I decided to come down to this neck of the woods because, one, Narcoossee, this is the circus. It is all residential. It is now on the Orange County side, 3 lanes south, 3 lanes north, might be more, and it's 45 miles an hour. Then you cross over to the county line, headed south into Osceola, St. Cloud area, and it drops down to 2 lanes north, 2 lanes south, still 45 miles an hour. Yet this is some of the busiest areas that we see constantly. And being inside of Results 1, I have seen some things lately. You may have seen some posts that have some Results 1 graphics on the vehicle. Well, that's because I have posted a lot of the What the Honks recently. And I don't know if it's just because I'm out and about way more than what I signed up for. Just joking, this is what I wanted, right? Or if there is another uptick in distracted driving. And distracted driving, I want to be clear, can be anything. It could be anything that takes you away from this. You know, when we're driving, we want our eyes to be the main purpose of what's going on. You want to be seeing what's going on. You want to be having your attention here. So I don't want distracted driving to be only categorized as texting and driving. It could be anything. It could be eating. It could be putting your makeup on. It could be checking a map. I don't know who uses maps now, but this is my go-tos. Or taking a drink. Like when I grab my drink here, technically, for a moment in time, I am dividing my attention from driving to here. I've also seen a lot of stalled drivers. What do I mean by that? Stalled drivers are the ones like this guy in front of me here that don't want to go when the light is green. And I have traveled a lot lately. Well, what am I saying? I travel a lot. We are the absolute worst in the world when it comes to when the light turns green, drivers not just going. And it's because so many of us use that time to hop on our phone. And what are you then not doing? You're not looking to what's out in front of you when you should be paying attention to the traffic lights, to the other vehicles around you. It is not a time to catch up with life. It's not time to make your doctor's appointment. It's not time there to buy that Prime Amazon item, so get here later between 4 and 7 o'clock. Can you tell I do that a lot? But not in the car. And so what I wanted to do today was hop in here and just have some fun. How many people can we find doing something that they're not supposed to be doing? And I want to keep a tally of some type. I'll keep a mental tally of how many cars we find. And for this purpose, I'm going to hang out in the center travel lane today. So we're currently southbound in Lake Nona on Narcoossee Road. And this is a busy spot. I've got residents all over the place. I have apartments on one side, here on the east side of the road that the city of Orlando is trying to annex and not take the roadway, which should be their responsibility also. And on this side, I have commercial motor vehicles. And then obviously in front of me, we've got traffic all over the place. So let's start to look around a little bit. Even the ones at lights that are on their phone, I want to be able to call them out today. So we're going to take a nice little drive. We're looking around a little bit. If you're using your phone at a light. Now, keep in mind, just because something's not illegal doesn't mean we're not going to call it out today. You're allowed to use your phone at a traffic light. Why? I don't know. I'm not a legislature, and I'm sure they don't enforce the laws either. They just make them. But we're just going to drive around here because you shouldn't be on your phone at all. You should be paying attention to what's happening. Have some type of hands-free device like I have here inside Results One. So I have a few different hands-free devices. One, I have Bluetooth in the truck and earpiece in my ear. I have a device holding my phone, so I don't even touch it. And I have two of those. I have one down and one up, depending on what I'm going to use it for. If I'm out on GPS, I want it in front of me. If I know where I'm going, I want it out of sight, out of mind. So as we drive around here, we're looking. We're looking for drivers who aren't paying attention, who are on their phone. Maybe some overly dark tinted windows like that one. On my right side here, as we pass Lake Nona, this lady just doing her thing. Nona Pride right there, Lion Pride. So, and that's our goal today. I want to catch how many people who are driving distracted or doing dumb stuff. And the dumb stuff's already happening. This lady on the BMW that we just passed on the phone and braking too late, so that's going to be numero uno. And I need, you know what we need in this Results One? Like a turret spot, so I can put a cameraman hanging out of the roof. We can just zoom in on folks all over the place. Here, driver in front, right, truck, nice turning signal, well done, well in advance, well before the 100 feet requirement, and had their turning signal on. Out here, I'm looking up ahead, I'm looking at that white car getting ready to pull out. Are they going to pull out or are they not? So you're always looking. All right, we're going to move over to this lane because it's open, just so we can get a view of other drivers. That's my only goal, is to be nosy today and to spy on other drivers to see what they're doing. He wants to speed, so I'm not going. Oh, on the phone. On the phone. Dang it. So we got number 2 in the Chevy Malibu there, center lane, on the phone with a reflective vest, typing away, center travel lane. So that's number 2. Oh, I'm sure we're going to get to see him again at some point. I am going to get around this pickup truck because they're doing 38 and a 45, and I don't like that. I like to do the speed limit, please, if we could have it. You do want to get a good visual. Of course, we're not going to ever speed. We're not law enforcement. We're not doing any enforcement. We are just observing and reporting this morning. And I feel like a mall cop. So Paul Blart once said, observe and report. So that's what we're doing. So we're going to pull up, and now we're behind that distracted driver, but we're going to keep looking. So they were on the phone. What do we got here? She got her Stanley in her hand on that one. How about this BMW? Anybody going on? Anything going on? Let's check. Nope. Just driving, paying attention. That's what we like. So as we continue here, we're now coming southbound across the Eagle Creek area over Sanctuary. We're approaching Boggy Creek next. And this is all Lake Nona. This is big Lake Nona traffic out here. Very, very busy part of town. Always busy. And you can see premature braking by this Malibu for no reason. What contributes to that? Body reaction time. So the average reaction time that we use in law enforcement for investigative purposes is right around 1.3, 1.4 seconds is the average time it takes the human body to react to something in front of them. So when you see this random reactions, it's because that person is reacting oddly. Let's see if we can catch him on his phone still. Oh, he put the phone down. And he's got a big reflective vest on. Such a shame. But the average reaction time for someone, 1.3, 1.4 seconds, and we use that to calculate things when it comes to crash investigation. So if you think about it, when you're out and about and you see that last-ditch effort to that sudden brake or that random brake, it's because the person is reacting to something they thought they saw while they were distracted. And that makes a lot of sense in the big grand scheme of things. Watch this guy out front. He's going to cut. So as I move forward here, that car on the right is going to bypass everybody and push their way in. The black Hyundai SUV. Saw the traffic issue out here and then moved out and then now bypassing. We're going to chalk that up as number 3 today during our stream. Why? Because obviously something contributed to them not paying attention, or they just want to be a clown. And if they're intentionally being a clown, they deserve to be on our list today. So number 3 we've got, as we're traveling on Narcoossee here this morning, getting ready to cross into Osceola County. Fun fact for you. This is the furthest where the city of Orlando comes into, and actually touches, the city of Orlando actually touches Osceola County here. A lot of people don't think the city comes this far. It does, all the way down here to Boggy Creek Road, and is the furthest municipality from Orange County, and it comes all the way down here. But it's only the west side of the road, but if you've been keeping track with other things, they're trying to do some weird property annex stuff here without taking the roadway, which I think is ludicrous, but hey, who am I, right? I just work the roads and know what they look like. So back out. Nope, you don't want a black screen, I can promise you that. There we go, hit the wrong button. All right, so let's investigate this white Hyundai here next to us as we're traveling. Let's see, make sure they're not distracted this morning, as this Camry thinks we're probably the cops and is going real slow. All right, let's check. Oh yeah, got the cup in the hand. I know you guys can barely see that, but so that's number 4. Number 4. We have a white BMW we're getting ready to pass, but traffic is coming to a fast stop here. So we just crossed into Osceola County. Osceola County, once you cross in here, let me be clear. A lot of y'all like to claim this is Lake Nona. This is not Lake Nona. This is considered unincorporated Osceola County, but I do predict within the next year to 2 years, the city of St. Cloud will annex all of this. And I'm sure that even has my producer Donovan's brain ticking like, oh, really? But yes, I do believe within the next year to 2 years, the city of St. Cloud will come from US 192 in Narcoossee all the way up and annex all of this, to include the roadway. Part of my belief in this is because the police department has been tasked with increasing their actual position numbers. If you think about that, that's a huge thing, to increase position numbers. Florida Highway Patrol likes to say that they're fully staffed. Yeah, they're fully staffed for the past 10 years, but they haven't even considered to increase the numbers with all the population that we had. City of St. Cloud is actively doing that, which is really impressive, and you got to give the city kudos for something like that, because they understand development and they understand they need public service. All right, white Hyundai again, still hanging out. All right, let's come up on this construction vehicle. I know we are passing cars, but I want you guys to know we're at the speed limit. These other vehicles are just moving a little slow this morning. As we go through there, driver doing well, no problems. We're coming up here on stop traffic. Something also, you should be slowing before you get right up on the traffic. Remember yesterday we talked about looking a few cars in front of you? This is where that comes into play. Whenever you see someone jerk and their car jerks to a stop, it's because they weren't paying attention and they're coming to a stop quickly. Probably contributed by none other than distracted driving. So yeah, pay attention, because all this stuff that we complain about, all these streams, we could prevent them. And the day that I can come out here and have zero problems is the day I could retire. So if I leave it up to you guys, then I'm going to be like 95. But interesting about this car to my side here, there is a child in the back seat of this vehicle that is not buckled in. Man, I wish those windows weren't as tinted, but you can see the silhouette of a child moving around. Number 5, we're giving it to number 5 there. Good job. So if you're joining us this morning, we're for a nice stream here on Narcoossee Road southbound. We left Lake Nona, we started in Lake Nona along Narcoossee, crossed over that county line currently. So we're currently in St. Cloud, unincorporated portions of St. Cloud, meaning the city limits don't come up this far. How you know if you're in a city or not? 2 different things that you could do. 1, look at the street signs. Is your street emblems up there? If not, may have an orange or say the county, then you're considered the county. If it says the city portion, your street signs will say that. Or if you know who responds to you. If the cops with a star on their badge respond to your home or your area, then you live in an unincorporated portion of your town. Obviously, if they wear blue or black uniforms, then you live in the city. So we're still southbound along Narcoossee. Not spotting as many cell phone spotters as I wanted to this morning, but hey, that's a good thing. So far, 5 distracted drivers, and in 30 minutes, that's kind of a lot. So I want to be cautious. But you got to see, we just saw 2 runners running northbound on the sidewalk out there. And yeah, they have a big sidewalk, but at the same time, we hear about crashes that hit people all the time. So you want to be careful of that. Let's get up to this traffic up here so we can inspect it. I can tell you guys right now, I feel like my trooper days, because this is what we would do. When we're on the road, we're working. So what am I doing? Each car I'm looking at. Black Civic, kind of coming up on the traffic here. Let's be nosy. Let's check these cars out. All right, so first we have the X5, no phone, looking good. And we have this utility vehicle. No seatbelt, and I take a problem with that. So driver here, clearly no seatbelt on. As they're here, I want to give you guys a visual of the no seatbelt, so I'll give it to you. No seatbelt on this driver. I'm going to add that in as distracted. Number 6. 6 violations we have spotted that I would stop. Now, I'm not a huge stickler. I understand things happen, but I do have my list of problems. So that is one of them. No seatbelt. There is nothing you can tell me in the world that would prevent you from getting a ticket from me if I was in my trooper car or my law enforcement vehicle. That would stop you from getting that citation. Just want you to know that. All right, we're going to continue southbound here from Mrs. Jones Road, and coming up here on more incorporated portions. We are getting ready to enter the city of St. Cloud here momentarily, and they're growing. They're growing big time. So we're up to 6 different distractions that we have found during this stream. Okay, one, obviously, on the phone, wearing a reflective vest. Another one, not taking off from the light right away. A few not wearing their seatbelt. Another one, they're braking continuously. And this is all, well, some people may say, well, they weren't distracted by something, obviously. Right. But a distraction can be anything. And I think that's my goal of today's stream, even though I wanted to spot a whole bunch of distracted clowns this morning. But that's the goal of my stream, is to really show you that distracted driving is such an open and large definition. It does not, we have been so focused that I wasn't on my phone, I was changing the radio. Or I wasn't on my phone, I was grabbing stuff out of the back seat. Is that not distraction? Right? Anything can be a distraction if it's taking you away from operating your motor vehicle the way it should and was designed to do. Anything. So that is what I want to get across. So we've been doing this now, 20 minutes we're going for? Coming up on 192 here shortly, and we'll take our last drive through the city of St. Cloud just to, get into a little bit more condensed traffic, and then we'll wrap this baby up. Can you be cited for distracted driving? That's a good question. I'm glad you guys asked. Yes, but there is no Florida statute that says distracted driving. So what do you get cited for? You get cited for the action. So here in Florida, we do have a hands-free wireless device, no communication law. So you can be cited for merely texting on your phone. We also have a law that is kind of the gray area that grabs everything. It's the careless driving law. And I've had tickets upheld in court because of this, even when other troopers said, Steve, good luck with that. The judge ain't gonna see it the way you see it. Every time I've written this ticket, I've never had a problem in front of a judge, but it's based off of articulation. How many times are we driving? And I hope there's no answer to this. And you're taking both hands off the wheel and you're using your knee, and your hands are then occupied with something else. You're a book. Now, when we talked, you talk here for a second, you're back down, I'm here. There's nothing wrong with that. But when you have positive control of something else, that there becomes an issue with that, because you may not think, but your body's going to react differently when you have something in your hand and then something occurs. So I've written careless driving citation under the careless driving law, and then in the notes section I would indicate driver failed to maintain positive control of vehicle with both hands. Both hands. Cadillac moving quick. Older driver. We call them experienced. So sometimes experienced drivers need a ticket too. But if driver failed to maintain control, positive control of vehicle, both hands occupied by X, Y, or Z. And I've written people putting makeup on, looking up, and we're coming to a stop, and I'll reenact it for you. When you're driving, no joke, I have physically seen this. Hands are off, can't see the knee, and they're leaned up, they're doing their thing. What are you doing? Ticket. The careless driving, failed to maintain control. They're like, oh, but I had control. Clinique or Mac ain't driving your car. So you need to drive your car. If you need to still put your makeup on, pull over, find your mirror, and put the makeup on. You doing that in your car, think about if you crashed. That eyeliner is going straight in your eyeball. Or it's going to go all the way up your face, and then you'll actually look like a clown when you go to work. Men, you guys are guilty. The most I've seen eating behind the wheel. Now, I understand. I'm not going to be the one that's like, oh, I need you to be a mannequin. I get it. Snack, you're driving. Still have positive control. So when you're out and about, yeah, long trips, you're a shift worker, my cops and stuff, you guys are working like crazy out there. Service workers, my rideshare drivers, I feel you guys. I feel you. I've got a Wendy's bag down on the floor over here, so I understand. But we can do it better. This is not a time to be eating your burger and the French fries and having your drink. You have to maintain control of that steering wheel. All right, we just turned right, meaning we're just heading west on US 192 here in St. Cloud. And it'll get a little busier here. We're going to head west here for about another 4 minutes, and then we'll wrap this up, just because this is going to bring us into more dense population into St. Cloud. I like to call this area the grid. If you look at it from a map, it is very clean-cut 90-degree streets. There's no swerving, there's no angles. It's all east and west, north and south, and I love it. Absolutely love it. City of St. Cloud has a special place in my heart. So, all right, let's look. We're here. We're looking around a little bit. What do we got? Do we have anybody on their phones? Anybody on their phones? Are you on your phone? She's not on her phone. Good job, St. Cloud. She's not on her phone. No one's on their phone. Here at the light of Old Hickory Tree and US 192 in the municipality, the city limits of St. Cloud. And that, my friends, you'll never get me to complain about. So we're going to go about 3 more intersections, and then we'll wrap today's stream up. We're up to 6 distracted drivers. I could put a speeding driver. That Tesla took off, but those cars have great takeoff off the line. Results 2 needs to be maybe an EV of some type. What do you guys think? I'm sure my boss would be like, you're joking right now. All right, so we're cruising. That lady is puffing on her vape real hard. But hey, as long as she's got control, I'm not here to give health advice. So as we're cruising here, 54 miles an hour in a 50 zone, I can see it's changing to 50 up ahead. We're going to slow it down. And then look, I could see the 45 sign. But why can I see it? Because I'm looking. I am actively looking at what's happening. So that sign is there for me to tell me to slow down. If my head is in my phone, or I'm too busy changing this or changing that, I am not going to see the speed limit change, and in return, I deserve the ticket that's coming if I was to get pulled over. All right, we're passing Delaware Avenue at the moment, center travel lane westbound 192 in St. Cloud. If you're joining us this morning, we're on our hunt for distracted drivers, and 6 total in the 20 minutes we've been going. 6 good ones that I'm willing to put on our list, and a few little minor violations here and there, but not horrible. I thought it would be a lot worse driving through Lake Nona and especially Narcoossee, bringing it down to St. Cloud area. Osceola at the scene, over a 40% increase in population since COVID started, since the COVID pandemic back in 2020. So 4 years, huge boost in population out here. And they have seen that. They have definitely seen it. Lake Nona, you guys have seen it as well. Coming up on New York Avenue, passing Kisselbeck Ford, big contributors here to Osceola County as we're headed westbound. So this blue car pulled out rather quickly. All right, I get it. You could do it. You could do it. But you need to make sure if you're pulling out in front of other vehicles, you're getting up to speed in a manner that does not require other traffic to slow down. If you pull out in front of me and I have to slow my speed, you have then technically violated my right-of-way. Just so we're clear on that. I want people to understand a little bit of where I'm coming from with that. Approaching some stop traffic, time for us to look for some brief distracted drivers here. Let's check them out. Anybody? All right, you're good. Anybody here in this truck? You're good. This is a beautiful Silverado. I love that gray color. All right, we'll see some people as they go by us here. Passenger eating her breakfast. I could appreciate that, not the driver doing their thing. St. Cloud, you guys are behaving. I'm surprised. I am surprised. So we're going to cross Vermont here, and then we're going to pull off and wrap this show up real quick for you. It's a beautiful Wednesday, a little warm today. Make sure you're keeping up with meteorologist Candace Campos, please. Probably the coolest and most accurate meteorologist I've ever met in my life. And she's normal, guys. I know. She's not going to roll her sleeves up or any of that stuff. That stuff drives me crazy. So, all right. City of St. Cloud, we're going to pull off into the grid. Any of you guys are watching, I appreciate you more than you probably know. Look, it's been a great stream. I'm a little disappointed with the lack of distracted drivers, but on the flip end, I really can't be upset, right? Because my goal is to limit that as much as possible. And if we could do that through conversation, some humor, sarcasm, to where I could get you to maybe laugh or go, what did he say? And then prevent you from doing why we're talking, then my mission is achieved. So I want you guys to go out there, have a great Wednesday. Tomorrow, great stream tomorrow. There is a new DL office, tax collector's office, brand new, opening in Seminole County for Seminole County residents. State-of-the-art technology, new kind of fast processing, and we get a sneak peek before grand opening tomorrow at 6 p.m. So 10 a.m. stream tomorrow with Seminole County tax collector J.R. Kroll. Very nice guy, very transparent about a lot of things. And really, when media is talking about somebody that they're excited to talk to, it's because they make it very easy. So hope you join me there tomorrow. For now, I'm going to leave you guys. Well, I'm going to leave you while I'm in St. Cloud and make my way back. Have a great day. Love you guys. Be safe. And as always, wear that seatbelt.